We're working in a constantly changing environment, and although we have another year on and a new government in Westminster, not much really is changing in terms of our outlook. There's still a lot of pressure on public funding. We're going to see continued squeeze on budgets and an even bigger emphasis on value for money. So we've got to make sure that our business plan is set up to deal with that over the next 5 years. So it's important that our strategy for this sort of era is right. And our 5-year business plan is a strong one. We pay a lot of attention to our budgets, to risk management, financial stress testing, because it's only if we get really secure foundations that we're going to have the sort of platform from which we can do some of the exciting and frankly essential things that we have to do to provide homes and services for people going forward. Some of the developments that we're now getting involved with are changing. We've had a real emphasis on older people's housing. We've built 3 extra care projects in a 4 or 5 year period, and that's helped a lot of people. It's gone in the right direction. We're going to need to do more of that in the future, but without any support from public funding. That's a real challenge, but we are looking at ways of leveraging in more private funding for that. And we have to get the risk element right of undertaking such schemes. We're also looking at how we can develop our sheltered and our extra care homes as hubs for the local community so that other people can enjoy the services that our residents enjoy in those properties. We're developing a cooperative housing scheme in West Rill alongside the West Rill Community Land Trust and the Wales Cooperative Centre and funded by Welsh Government. That's really important, and we're seeing the benefits that we can realise through working so closely with the community and delivering something like cooperative housing. So we're actually looking for other cooperative housing opportunities at this moment. So that is a case of watch this space. I referred to the reduction in budgets and the pressures that we're going to face going forward. One of those key areas for people is in supported housing. The supporting people budget is getting reduced year on year, and we're expecting that to continue. So what that means for us, as we provide a lot of direct and indirect supported housing services to people who are homeless, people who have learning disabilities, people who have mental health problems, for instance, what that means is that there's going to be less funding to go around. We've got to get more efficient. We've got to be more competitive too, because local authorities and Welsh Government who let contracts for supporting people are going to be looking for the best value for money they possibly can. The worry is that if we don't get this right as a housing sector, people who are vulnerable are going to really suffer, and that's not what we want to see. So there's a real onus on us to try and get this area right, and we're determined to do so. Our asset management is absolutely critical, getting the best out of our property. We're looking to do that more strategically in the future, look at what we spend on properties, look and see if we can't reduce what we spend reactively and spend more in a planned way, and therefore perhaps an increase of value for money for tenants in that way. We're continuing to profile tenants and build up the information that we have around the people, not just who's living in a property. It's important that we know so much more so that we can tailor our services. Particular digital communications are going to be vital as we go forward. Things are changing in the way that everybody communicates. So many more people now access services through their mobile phones. We're trying to use that technology to make sure that more and more people have got that sort of access. So as we look forward, where are the areas that we'll be focusing? Well, we need to be looking right across North Wales, but clearly there are some drivers of economic activity. If you look at Wrexham, there's a huge new prison being built, which will bring a lot of new jobs into the area, and that's an area that we're interested in doing more in. Certainly on Anglesey too, we're expecting the Energy Island project through Wolver Newydd to really take off in the next couple of years, and that's going to bring demands for huge number of key workers coming into the area, as well as creating a lot of jobs that our people will benefit from. So in summary, we're going to face much of the same sort of pressures. as we've been used to, with reducing funding and more squeezed budgets. But the upside of that is that as a social enterprise, we see more opportunities arising from that. So we're really well placed to take advantage of those opportunities, in my opinion. And that's what makes the future really quite exciting. Ultimately, we have great pride in what we do, and we really care about how we do it.